guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Victorinox has completely lost the plot. What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. So Victorinox has not released a new model of Swiss Army knife in a while. I think the last new model that they released was the Companion, and it was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. But they did not release the Companion with the red Celador scales, which are recognizable around the world. They only released the Companion with like some fruity scales on it. The Companion was clearly marketed to females and female types. There was one of the scales on one of the variants that was okay, but it was still a little bit fruity. And so they recently released the Companion with the red Celador scales and some variants of the Companion, and we're going to look at one of those variants today. So, without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look.
Hey man, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. It sure does help the channel. We sure do appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, man.
Alright, so if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I used to be a Victorinox Swiss Army knife hater. Absolutely freaking hated the things. Hated the fact that all the scales were exactly the same, and basically there were a million different models with just one minor variation or difference between the models. I just freaking couldn't stand them. I used to dog on them all the time, and then all of a sudden I caught the bug, and here you can see I went from 0 Swiss Army knives to these, plus a few others. Well, they released the Companion with the red Celador scales, which is, I don't know what tools are on it. It's got some freaking tools on it. Then they released a variant called the Companion S, which is basically just a jet setter with ALOX scales. They released the Companion X, which is just a pair of scissors with ALOX scales. And they also released the Companion Slim, which is this one right here, and we are going to take a look at this today. First of all, I hate the naming system. They should have just called the one the ALOX Jet Setter. They should have called the Companion X, which only has scissors. They should have just called that the Victorinox X. That's it. Just call it the X. That would have been perfect. And then this, they called the Companion Slim. So, on the Companion Slim, we've got our can opener, flathead screwdriver, light duty pry bar, wire bender. Of course, it's got that half stop, which is freaking awesome. Super satisfying half stop on that one. Then we've got our pair of scissors, which are fantastic. There are just no other scissors on any knife or multi-tool as good as the Victorinox scissors. Then we've got this tool, which is a box opener and a small flathead screwdriver, or you can use that as a Phillips. It's basically just a box ripper, and that's it. No blade at all. That is freaking ridiculous, and I love it. I absolutely freaking love this. Now, I don't know if you could get this through TSA. I am not going to try. I think they would probably confiscate it because of that. But you could certainly get the Companion S, which is basically an ALOX jet setter through. You could probably get the Companion X, which is just ALOX scales and a pair of scissors. You could probably get that through TSA. I don't know if this one's going to pass muster, so I am not going to try it. But what is this? Victorinox is making knives without blades. That is absolutely ridiculous. What's next, Victorinox? How about, I got an idea for you. How about just a pair of scales with the parcel hook? The most useless freaking tool that Victorinox makes. I know.
Oh, you can carry a camp pot with it. Just hook that on the hot pot handle and you can carry a camp pot. Oh, you can twist some wire and make a snare to catch a honey badger. Oh, you can wrap some twine around a bundle of wood and drag it.
Well, I get it. Okay, there's a million freaking uses, but let's be honest, nobody has any use for the Victorinox question mark, right? So what next, Victorinox? How about just a pair of scales with a parcel hook? You can call it the Victorinox mailman. That would be freaking awesome. Or better yet, how about just some scales? ALOX scales with no tool whatsoever. That would be fantastic. So anyway, this is the stupidest damn thing I have ever seen, and I absolutely love it. It's just ridiculous. In fact, I think I'm going to pick up that Companion X, which is just this right here. It's just ALOX scales with a pair of scissors. As stupid as that is, I think that I'm going to get it. I mean, once you get this Victorinox bug, it's impossible. It's just absolutely impossible. You know, this stuff gets in your freaking veins like crack rock, and you just have to have them. But I really think this is pretty damn cool to just have, you know, a package opener, because let's be honest, that's what most of us use our knives for on a day-to-day basis. The thing that our knives do most for most of us is open packages. So how cool is it that we've just got a package knife, basically? Just a small utility knife with a couple extra tools. I think it's pretty cool. I know that I am going to use the crap out of this. This thing just absolutely rips through packages perfectly and rips into boxes. So I think this is pretty cool. I admit that I'm probably also going to grab the Companion X, which is just a pair of scissors. So you guys, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this? Has Victorinox completely lost the plot, or do you think this is pretty cool? I think it's pretty cool. I hope that they don't go crazy with this. You know, just the scales and a pair of scissors, it's a bit much. I mean, it's kind of cool. Yes, they are the best scissors on any knife anywhere. But I hope they don't go just absolutely batshit crazy and do stuff like a pair of scales with a corkscrew. You know what I'm saying? Or a pair of scales with a parcel hook. Even though they would probably sell. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the brand new Victorinox Companion Slim. Just wanted to share that with you today. Guys, don't forget the August giveaway is up and running. I will pin it to the end screen. I will link it down in the description. Make sure you go and enter that. Still a little bit of time left to enter before I draw a winner. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this, and if you're going to pick up any of the new companion models. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish. Boys and girls, class dismissed.